Other validation and error checking tools. Besides formula auditing, Excel provides other tools to help you both check your worksheet for problems, as well as to monitor certain cells closely. For example, if you want Excel to perform background error checking in your worksheet, you'll want to go to your Tools menu, select Options, choose the Error Checking tab, and make certain that Enable Background Error Checking is checked. You can also select a custom color for your error indicators to appear in. For example, if you just need them to get more attention. For example, you could set it for a dark red or a bright red if you really need to call attention to the error indicators that you see. Notice too that you can check to select any of certain rules to follow as part of the error checking process to evaluate to error value, whether the text date has 2-digit years, whether the number is stored as a text, whether you see inconsistent formula in a region, whether the formula omits cells in a region, whether unlocked cells contain formulas, whether formulas refer to empty cells, and whether list data validation errors are seen. Now you can click to uncheck any of these, but any of these that are checked are enabled and will be applied as part of error checking. Now you can go through this list and customize it however you'd like to. You can also go back and click to reset ignored errors. So if you set something to ignore and you want to make certain that it doesn't get ignored next time, you can do that as well. Then you make your changes and then click Close. Now when you want to perform the error check itself, you'd open the Tools menu again, and you'd select Error Checking. This opens up the error checking window. And so, for example, it questions whether it's seeing an error in cell F15. Specifically, it says the formula omits adjacent cells. The formula in this cell refers to a range that has additional numbers adjacent to it. Now I can choose to ignore this error. I can edit the formula in the formula bar up here. I can get additional help on this error, or I can update formula to include the cells if that's what I want to do. I can also go back and forth through the error checking that's being done. I can go to the previous error found, or I can go to the next error found. I can also click on Options, and this brings me back to the same tab that we saw when we clicked on Tools, Options, and then went to the Error Checking tab to make any changes here. Once I've stopped error checking, I can click Resume to go forward. I could also stop error checking by clicking the X at the top right corner of the error checking window. You can also designate a cell or cells that you want to watch more carefully. Say, for example, that you're particularly concerned about a balance or a final sales figure, and you want to keep a watch on it. And let me add that you can keep a watch on more than one cell or range of data at once. But let's go through the basic process for doing this. Here we're going to click on a particular cell. Now we're going to go to the Tools menu, and we're going to select Formula Auditing. We're going to go down here and click Show Watch Window. The watch window opens up here between the toolbar and the main work pane. Also, obviously the formatting window appears below the watch window. And now I've selected my cell, so I can click Add Watch. The Add Watch window opens. It says select the cells that you would like to watch the value of. We've already selected it, but you could just click and choose back in here. And then we'll add this particular watch to the window. So we'll click Add, and you'll see that now we have a watch on this particular cell. It also could be a range of cells, but it's usually a single cell. Now if we wanted to add an additional watch window, we could, let's say for this figure, we would click Add Watch, select the cells you want to watch, click Add, and now you'll see that we've got two watches. So it's going to keep particular watch through the watch window on the two cells that we've set up. Now if we want to remove a cell or both cells from the watch window, we would click here and select Delete Watch. Again, we could click here and select Delete Watch. To close the watch window entirely, you'd click the X here at the top of the watch window. Now in the next tutorial I'm going to talk to you about validation.